Hello guys, welcome to my channel, Jura Tempest Federation. In our previous episode, we have seen the Midnight Conference of the Big Three. If you have not watched the previous episode, I will put the link in the description below. To quick warning, this video contains spoilers from a light novel. But before we proceed further, please like, subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell for further updates. In this video, we will see Masayuki's fear. Now without further delay, let's proceed further. On the third morning of the founding festival, I set off to the Dwarven Kingdom, in order to exchange our star gold coins for gold coins. Now that our problem had been resolved, we would have to see how the conspirators would react. With this done, I had nothing else to worry about, so I could just enjoy the celebration. We would be starting the day with the final battle between Masayuki and Gobta. The stands were packed with anticipation and people were all enthusiastic about making their predictions about who would be the winner, and some even opened up a betting pool. Meyer Miles was hoping to make the most of this, by making the only winning play. Be the guy running the business. No matter your prediction, you'd still make money. This is the secret to any gambling operation. I put my money on Gobta, mainly to make some more pocket change, not because I expected to win, however. I only put money in due to the enormous return in the event that he was actually successful. That was irrelevant. The important thing was to give Gobta my support. Next, we are finally entering the final. Which contestant will be crowned the champion? Will it be Shining Masayuki, or the Chibi warrior Gobta, who's fighting for his place among the four heavenly kings? Saka's broadcast was on point as well. She was praising Gobta relentlessly, making it impossible for him to escape. I wasn't sure if Saka was aware of this herself, but pushing people like this was truly cruel. It was then that Diablo raised his hand and the arena fell into complete silence. Even some female audience members looked mesmerized. It was best to just not think about it and pretend I saw nothing. If Gobta beat Masayuki, all the problems would be resolved. But if Masayuki turned out to be just as strong as Hinata, Gobta would have no chance of winning. Ultimately, no matter the outcome, I would be able to obtain some information about that swordsman. If Masayuki fell into a hard battle against Gobta, I could at least confirm that he was not going to pose any threat. Moreover, Gobta's natural good luck was combined with the presence of Ranga. This was actually quite the ideal circumstance for testing out Masayuki's strength. On stage, Saka finished introducing the two contestants smoothly. With that, the match began. Alright, time to see what percentage of Masayuki's strength Gobta was going to force him to reveal. With that thought in mind, I watched intently. Masayuki's head was burning with anxiety. After watching the battle between Gozer and Mezer yesterday, and knowing that he had to fight against the winning contestant of that match, I'm done for. Fighting against a monster like that. I'm gonna get slaughtered. The very thought of the upcoming match made the blood drain from his face. When he managed to trick Gozer with his speech, and got him to give up the match, Masayuki really wanted to praise himself. But upon seeing the match afterward, Masayuki was plunged into despair yet again. How am I supposed to win? What the hell, are all the participants in this martial tournament actual monsters? He felt the urge to curse impulsively again. The people he would be fighting against during the final were all monsters even stronger than Gozer. He'd lost his appetite last night, and instead spent the night like a death row inmate awaiting his execution. Now that I think about it, everything went all too smoothly. The constant praise as a hero. A chosen hero no less. And his overconfidence in his companion's abilities had led him into a complacent mindset. And as a result, Masayuki thought he could have an easy life, with minimal effort, and easily eliminate any hurdles in his way. To this day, he'd been able to get through all tough situations like that, giving him no reason to question his strength. No, he just never bothered to put much thought into it. Without much proof, he just went around arrogantly believing his squad was invincible, and that they could defeat whatever enemies they encountered. It was this thought that kept Masayuki compassed internally. But how the hell can I hold on to such an ignorant delusion now? I want to run. I want to run away from this place. The thought of making a run for it had actually crossed his mind multiple times. Yo, Masayuki-san. After winning tomorrow's tournament, are you going to duel the Demon Lord right after? Jinrai asked casually, which made Masayuki want to argue back. What kind of joke was that? It was all Demon Lord Rimura's fault. It was all because of the Demon Lord's gentle and fragile appearance that Masayuki let his guard down. Or else he would have acted more cautiously for the sake of self-preservation. It's only a matter of time. Masayuki Sama will defeat the Demon Lord and save this kingdom. Before fighting the Demon Lord, should we perhaps discuss this with Yuki-san? We should, nonetheless, remain vigilant, despite the easy win today. We don't want to lose tomorrow's match out of carelessness. Bonnie, my man, how is it even possible? Lion Mask might have been dangerous, but that hobgoblin named Gobta should be a piece of cake. The match will be over before he can summon that troublesome beast. Easy my ass. Masayuki had absolutely no clue how to fight these enemies. All he could think about was how he was going to get crushed. But after seeing the faith his companions had in him, he couldn't bear to tell them his genuine thoughts. With that being the case, he forced out a simple, "I'll just try my best." The beginning of the final approached relentlessly. Masayuki went to the toilet several times to avoid pissing himself during the match. He had to make sure his bladder was empty before going on stage. What do I do? How can I make it back alive? The fighter in front of him was daunting. The announcer had called him Gobta earlier. Even Caillou said that the hobgoblin was nothing, but Masayuki begged to differ. Hobgoblin? That's a total lie. Aren't goblins supposed to be the weakest kind of monster? How did he evolve to become so strong? And now, we will witness the very first Tempest Martial Tournament finale. On one side, we have the fierce warrior, lieutenant of Demon Lord Rimuru, and young captain of the Goblin Riders, Gobta. His opponent, the hero of the Western nations, the shining chosen hero, Masayuki. What sort of match will they show us? Turn your sight to the center of this stage. What an intense stare-down. The match will begin in. Masayuki knew that as soon as she finished her announcement, the match would kick off. Damn it, I don't have much time left. Even though Masayuki had just relieved himself, he was still on the brink of pissing his pants out of anxiety. If he had had any nerves to spare, he would have kept listening. Mainly because he wanted to see what the announcer lady's tail looked like. But right now, Masayuki had neither the time nor spirit. He instead contemplated his own powers. He considered his unique skill chosen won this bizarre ability. He recalled hearing a stone-cold voice ringing in his mind, telling him of his skill. He'd only figured it out recently, but his skill did seem to have a variety of effects on the people around him. He found that people would speak in favor of him or praise him without any of his own input, to the point that he was even worshipped as a hero. His entire reputation and title were due to his. But at the same time, this skill was completely passive and unalterable, leading him to where he was now. Standing before his inevitable doom. Right. Yesterday, when I talked to that monster Gozer, my power worked on him too. Best case scenario, I just gotta make it through this match in one piece, and this one might just give up. From Masayuki's understanding of it, his skill made people automatically admire him. He was so confident in this ability, that he would wager his life yet again. Now having finalized his plan calmed him down a bit. Masayuki then turned towards his opponent. One should call it a coincidence perhaps, but the two happened to cross eyes. Upon close inspection, Masayuki found that his opponent was also sitting anxiously. By the looks of it, maybe I still have a chance. His opponents during the martial tournament held in Ingratia were also like this. They believed that Masayuki was stronger than them, and ultimately let that lead to their own demise. Masayuki had dueled tons of people like that. Thinking of it that way, perhaps Masayuki had a chance to win this time as well. Upon thinking so, his legs stopped shaking. If things go smoothly, perhaps I can win without fighting once again. After reclaiming some of his energy, Masayuki hatched a plan. But he would soon realize that this thought was way too naive. That's it for today, guys. See you next one. For further more update, please like, share and subscribe. And do not forget to push notification bell.